You are listening to You've Got 5 Options show,
where every week Marta and Anna abandon their 5 children, 2 partners, and 1 cat to make a show especially for you.
An artist, a challenge, a bullshit, a wisdom, and a surprise.
Hello, everyone. Also, Anna, hello there. This is Marta.
This is Anna, and I'm Marta.
And this is You've Got 5 Options show.
I am extremely sorry that I am texting while our intro is on, but as you know, guys, I am a mother of 2 children, and now I got a message from a mom of my daughter. Jesus, I am the mom of my daughter. It's because
Okay.
our video technician just came in and I got so confused. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I got an email from a mother of a friend of my daughter from the same class asking if I know at what time school is ending, because she's worried that her daughter didn't took a phone and stuff. So as being a good mom to other good mom, I'm trying to calm her down and tell her at what time the school is ending. Plus, last Friday, I actually did something. I forgot when my daughter is supposed to come home normally, because normally I'm here on Fridays. So when I come home, she's already there, and I forgot about it. And okay, this will be like a soap opera. Do you want to hear it?
Just finish. You have already started.
Yes, okay. So, I was home with my mom. My mom came to visit, right? And we are with a little baby home. Yes, Marta?
I just wanted to say greetings to the very little mom of Anna.
Yes, she's actually quite short person. Not like a short person with a short person disorder or something. She's just short. So I'm home with my mom and with my little baby daughter. And my mom, of course, like always, wanted me to go to shop to buy the world for her. I think it was this time potatoes. And I am at the shop and my ex-husband is calling me. And I was like, I will not pick it up. Okay, too much information. Well, finally I picked up and I was already at my home and he's like, Anna, where is Alexandra, our daughter? I was like, well, she should be home. I'm just here. So I will tell her that you are calling. And he was like, I'm at your home. And this is actually quite horror story, because my mom and my ex-husband are not the biggest fans of themselves. So I'm like, okay, so now at home I have my ex-husband and my mother alone. So I was expecting a bloodbath, but they were actually very nice and civilized and they were talking. And my ex-husband was like, where is Alexandra? I came to take her for burgers or something. And I was like, I don't know. Where is Alexandra? And then we all started to panic and all of us forgot that she's supposed to be home in 10 minutes. So I started to call that mom that is texting me right now to tell me if she knows something, if the school is ending later, because Alexandra is not picking up the phone. So basically I made the whole, like a situation here. And when I was talking with her, Alexandra came home, and then I had home Alexandra, my ex-husband, my mom, and my little baby girl. And thank God that, no, not thank God. It would be interesting if my current partner would be there. That would be like a real soap opera. But it was all good. So now I was just returning the favor. I know that this was a quite lame story. But then I think, again, I have a quite interesting life.
Yes, you do have an interesting life, and we can tie it nicely together, I hope, with the theme for today.
Can we?
Well, you have an interesting personality, so you have to have an interesting life. However, the story of today is not interesting, but annoying. So we are going to be talking about annoying stuff, annoying people, and specifically about annoying co-workers. As that's the challenge that we have for today. So just, smooth transition.
It is actually quite smooth transition, because my mom claims that my ex-husband is extremely annoying and he kind of have similar feelings. I think now they are actually good, but it actually ties up quite nice. I could invite them in if I would be inviting my ex-husbands. Well, actually I have one. My mom doesn't speak English, but that would be quite interesting. So there is some annoyance there, but it actually shows that there are relations everywhere that can be annoying. Yes. So it was a quite nice, you smoothly, you did the best with what you were given from me.
So our dear listeners, if you have any annoying people in your lives, make sure that you stay tuned. Because we have some good stuff for you on how to work with annoying people.
Definitely.
And at the same time, I will make another smooth transition into the artist
Marta,
of the week.
there is a fly on your glasses, and I was thinking,
is it gone?
I think it's gone. I was thinking, how can she keep it so cool when there is like an insect traveling on the glass of her glasses? Artist of the week.
Supermoon Music brings to you Artist of the Week.
Okay, Anna is texting a little bit more. So
yes, I'm finishing that message. I just put a smiley face and I send it. And I always put a smiley face when I am texting parents, because sometimes when I do it in a hurry, my autocorrect is doing weird things. One time I was writing to a woman whose name is Femina, and my autocorrect changed it to demons. So instead of good morning Femina, I wrote good morning demons. Where can I expect my daughter back from Playdate? And
Never.
And then I read it and I was so embarrassed. So just in case I make a typo or there is an autocorrect, I always put a smiley face just to kind of like, level it down in case of something. My God, my life is really exciting, huh? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are now, just in case you haven't noticed, we are now in our segment called Artist of the Week. And I think we have a friend of the show being an artist. Tell us.
I'm telling you, I think I will do something different. I will tell Dennis to play a very special message that the friend of the show recorded for us, and then we will play the song, and then I will tell you.
Hello Anna and hello Marta and hello friends of the show. It's Anthony from Iceland here. You might remember me from previous episodes where I had my problem solved and also did some muttering in an interview about doing your own thing. It's nice to send you a little message from Paris, actually. I'm just returning from playing a couple of shows with Iceland in Dijon and Limoges. It's very nice. And now I'm standing outside Charles de Gaulle Airport waiting to fly home. So excuse any extra noise in the background. But it would be really nice if you could help us out and play the track from our new album, which is actually going to be released on the day of your show. It's a track called From 100, and it's from our new record called Lamenting Machine, which will be available in streaming and all the usual places, vinyl, CD, that kind of stuff. On the day of your show. So thanks a lot. Lots of hugs, and hopefully I will be back in Denmark really, really soon. See you. Bye.
And hello again. We just listened to our fantastic artist of the week. We are very, very much into including you, our wonderful audience, into our programs. So if you would like to send us a message, please send us a message. We will play it on the radio.
Yes, please do so. And if you have a challenge with doing that, you can send us this as a challenge, and then we can solve it.
We can solve it. Can we solve it, Marta?
Yes, we can. Okay.
Not even agreed.
Let's go for the challenge of the week.
Wait. We were supposed to tell, remember? Anna, tell us about that artist of the week. And I was like, no, Dennis, you will play the message and the song, and then I will tell you. So I think we should just give Anthony a proper... Yes, Anthony is a friend of the show. And Anthony actually was featured in, I believe, 5 episodes altogether. 3 episodes was us solving his challenge. What was his name by then, Marta?
Paul.
AKA?
Lucifer.
Or also known as Mind-Blowing Lucifer. And then actually Anthony came to our show a couple of months later and he told us about his life since we solved his challenge. And we apparently helped him. Remember?
Yes, I do.
You remember. And now I would like to say that we just sniffed around the Spotify where Ison has uploaded this new single from the today released LP. And we discovered that Ison has at least almost 500,000 plays of one of the songs. So Anthony, I am super impressed. Apparently in your niche, you are some sort of a known celebrity, so I am very proud of you. I was not expecting that many plays. Yeah.
Well, I thought that that's the fact because that's how I was introduced to Anthony, that he is this kind of like a niche, that they are very popular in their niche. So I thought it as a fact since we had him on the radio last time, but I'm glad that we had it confirmed and that we can also measure that in amount of listens on Spotify.
That only shows how few faith I have in Anthony. Sorry, Anthony, for that. Yes, I am sorry, but I was quite thrown out, away with that number. It's a huge number, and it's only Spotify because, of course, they are selling their songs and there are all other means that people can listen. So only Spotify, almost 500,000 per song. That's quite a lot, right, Dennis?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So if any of you has enjoyed listening to that song, please go and find Ison and listen to them and enjoy. And now let's move to challenge of the week.
Yes.
A very challenging challenge of the week. Okay, now we are a little bit short on time, I would say. So now I'm going to have a challenge to give a good solution to that challenge because I think it's a very relative one. Okay. Relative. Also relative, actually, very relevant one.
There were relatives at the beginning of the show, so relative, relevant,
Both.
Potato, tomato, Anna, stop.
Yes. Let's go with the yes. Let's go with the
yes. The yes, Marta, yes.
Let's go with the challenge.
Yes.
I have a colleague that I find really annoying. She's usually very nice to people, but then she talks behind their back. Recently, I was told she's been gossiping about me, but then she's super nice and sweet when we talk. Also, she likes to feed herself off somebody's misery. She'll literally put someone down in front of other colleagues and management to make herself look good. That's a pretty rough challenge, isn't it?
And again, I have to ask, Marta, did you send that challenge about me?
I'm sorry. Do you have any management or colleagues that you are feeding off other colleagues'
Maybe
misery?
that's why I don't have, because I'm the annoying one. No,
Okay.
sometimes when you start to read those challenges, because I know that you are getting a lot of challenges anonymously also from your practice. So sometimes I'm like, did she write this one? Is this some kind of a subliminal message? Subliminal.
I think we are rocking
Yes.
the show today.
Yes, we are. But I think everyone is used to. The ones
Yes.
that are still listening are hopefully still listening.
But it's very interesting that you are finding yourself in some of those challenges, because we are actually talking today a little bit also about mirrors and mirroring yourself, seeing yourself in different things. So interesting stuff. Interesting.
Yeah.
So basically, dear, what name should we give you?
How about mind-blowing Lucifer?
Lucy. Okay. Lucy.
We had Lucy lately, no?
Did we have Lucy?
We can
lately?
also make Lucy the second.
Okay, Lucy. No, that's not going to be serious when I'm solving the challenge. Let's give her a name, Lily.
Lily.
Okay. So, dear Lily, it's not an easy situation.
No.
When you are meeting someone that is triggering you so much, and why we know that it's triggering you so much is because of some of the words that you're using. Like to write, she likes to feed herself of somebody's misery. That's are pretty tough words to use. So we can hear that there is a pretty strong trigger in that message. So it's not easy to face someone at work, go to the same office as colleague and meeting that person on everyday life. It's not an easy situation. We can get very triggered, we can get very annoyed, we can even get stressed with something like that, especially if we don't know what to expect. You write that person can put someone down in front of other colleagues and management. So that's a pretty stressful situation if you are facing someone like that. So we have a couple of tips for you, a little process that you can go through for yourself if you would like to change that relationship with that person. The first step is to distance yourself and don't take it personally. And that's a pretty tough thing to do when you are so triggered, but it works wonders. When someone is acting so not nice towards us, we tend to take it very personally. But when we shift our perspective a little bit to that this person actually has something internally, something inside of them, some sort of suffering inside of them that makes them behave this way, that can help us a little bit to stop taking it so personally. Because that's a pre-assumption that is helping me live a much more happy life. People who are happy, they never put anyone down. They never gossip about other people. They just don't have a need to do anything bad towards other people. So if someone is doing something like really gossiping, really talking badly about someone behind their back, putting people down, that's just a sign that these people are really, really insecure inside. They have that need of showing that they are better than others by putting other people down. And that's just a very strong sign of insecurity. It's not okay that people do it. It's not about accepting that they do that and making, like being fine with it. But that's about distancing yourself and not taking it personally. In a sense, it's not about you. They are not actually trying to put you down. They are trying to lift themselves up. It's their problem. It's their insecurity that is making them behave this way. So instead of taking it personally that this is against you, just look at, it's their shit, actually. It's their internal shit that is acting out here. What do you think, guys? Does it make sense? Does it sound all right? Dennis.
So you're saying to just ignore?
No. That's just the first step to distance yourself a little bit and don't take it personally in a way that what she says, how she's behaving is showing who she is. It's not showing who you are. It's showing who she is. So don't take it personally in that sense. It's not about you, it's about her. You're fine. If you're not reacting to it, if you're not behaving in the same way, you're fine. Okay, so I'll ask you later. Let's walk through the steps.
Okay.
Then the second step is take responsibility for your emotions. So that's a very interesting topic here. And I don't know how to do it very quickly. But the deal is that you can't do anything about her. You can't control her. You can't make her do anything. What you can do is take responsibility for your own emotions, for your own response to what she's doing. So if you are taking responsibility, it really helps me always to look at the word responsibility. What does it mean to be responsible? It means to be able to respond. So responsibility is your ability to respond. So when we talk about our emotions, we are the only ones who can have the ability to respond. So you can actually work with your own emotions so that what she does not trigger you so much. It requires emotional maturity. It's not an extremely easy thing to do, but that's the second step. The third step is to step into your colleague's shoes. And what we are talking about here is, I would actually like to bring a quote. And the quote is, before you criticize a man, walk a mile in his shoes. That way, when you do criticize him, you'll be a mile away and have his shoes. That's the funny twist on that one. That's what Steve Martin said. But the first part of it is usually to be able to understand why the other person is behaving this way will enrich us. Because in that sense, when we are starting to understand that this person is a person with insecurities, that this person is feeling really bad internally, that this person has gone through some stuff, maybe is lacking confidence and so on, we can simply be more compassionate towards that person. And that brings us into a very important point, which is looking for the lessons learned. Because when we are able to be compassionate towards someone, we can start seeing this person from a completely different perspective. And we can start saying, okay, if that person is triggering me so much, if that person is making me respond so strongly, emotionally, and I'm starting to see that person in another light, that maybe that person is actually suffering, I can start being grateful to that person for the lessons that I have learned. First of all, I have been able to see the person from different perspectives. I have been able to take care of my emotions. I have been able to grow in that relationship. So look for any lessons that you have learned through that perspective of collaborating or facing that situation, and then resolve this conflict internally or with the person. And here, that's where compassion really kicks in. Once we can feel compassion to that person, once we can see that person as not a mean bitch who's trying to hurt me, but as a person that is actually suffering and is acting out, playing out of some misery, out of some unresolved issues, and show that person a compassion, we are actually disarming that person. Very often, because compassion is something, it has an amazing power. And when these kind of people who are behaving in a not nice way are actually met with compassion, it often disarms them. Like literally, when they are met with compassion, with understanding, they stop doing these kind of things. Then they suddenly open up. They start saying what it is that is on their heart and why they have been behaving in such a way. So that would be the part where you could potentially be resolving that situation with that person, or you could actually resolve that thing internally. There are tools that I'm using with my clients that I'm helping them resolve these kind of issues with people as their internal journey. And those people, because you change internally, because you distance yourself, because you take responsibility for your emotions, because you have compassion, because you set the boundaries and so on, you are actually able to solve that kind of very strong conflicts with someone else, even without ever talking to them. And that's amazing. That's really, really powerful to be able to do something like that.